Hello and welcome to the Lesbian Lounge, a podcast for the girls who like girls. I'm your host and your resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer your guys' questions, give advice on your dilemmas, and of course, chat about your wildest lesbian dating stories. So grab a drink, get comfy, and welcome into the Lesbian Lounge. Hey besties, hello girlies, gays, theys, lesbians. Who else listens to the podcast? I mean, we get a lot of straight men, so hey everyone. Hello if you're listening, thanks for being here, but if you are a straight man, I don't think this is the podcast for you. Even though I do know a lot of straight men, like, they love the lesbians, don't they? Like, isn't lesbian porn like the most watched porn because men fancy lesbians because we're all so sexy, right? But hello, if you're listening, thanks for joining us today. We are moments, inches, minuscule amounts away from 20,000, which is mind-blowing. Like the fact that 20,000 people will have pressed a download on this podcast, and that's not even listeners. It blows my mind, and we're so close to our 2-year anniversary. I actually need to actually work out what day our anniversary is on. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it was the end of May that I uploaded the introduction to the podcast, which I remember how different the podcast used to be. Like, we always did question of the week, we always did dilemmas, but we did our queer icon of the week, and it's just so vastly different to what it is now. Crazy. But I think it was end of May I put out the introduction, then I'm pretty sure it was into June when the ep started coming out, because it was in line with I Kissed a Girl 2024, right? It was that had started coming out. I'd started making TikToks, people were vibing with them, and I thought, okay, I found my thing. You guys know I'd always wanted a podcast. I never quite knew what to talk about on there. I didn't know what my niche was. And then I realized my niche was just myself. It was my lesbianism. So, oh, there's a chair, it's squeaking already. I thought, that's my thing. That's what I want to talk about. I have a passion to talk about this. People are obviously liking what I'm speaking and what I'm speaking about and what I'm saying, because they're interacting with the TikToks. I was going up thousands and thousands of followers just through one post. So I was like, here we are. Here's the niche. Let's start the podcast. So I'm thinking it was end of May, early June, but I need to check the official date. Should we do a little event for our 2-year anniversary? Obviously, we've just done our meetup at NQ64, our She Got Game lesbian meetup, but should we do another meetup, something maybe more wholesome, or should we have a party to celebrate 2 years of the Lesbian Lounge? I feel like maybe we should, because what a milestone. I've heard this stat that the large majority of podcasts don't make it past episode 7 or something like that. And don't get me wrong, I genuinely think I have ADHD, right? I don't have it diagnosed, it don't come from me, but I think I do. The amount of passion projects I've had in my life. I used to make bows, then I made bath bombs. What else have I done? Probably loads. I've done a lot of things, a lot of I get an idea, I jump on it, I buy everything for it, nothing happens. Whereas to still be 2 years down the line with the podcast and loving it more and more every day as every episode comes out, I fall in love with it more. I want every episode to do better, and I really want to push this to being a forever full-time thing, right? I'm so proud of myself that it's kept going, and I haven't had the ADHD, oh, I want to try something else now. So we're still here, which I think shows how much I love it, and also how much you guys love it, because it helps me so much when I come to create the episodes, when you guys have sent me new dilemmas and join in the questions of the week, because there's actually things to respond to and people interacting with the pod. So thank you if you're one of those people who interact and get involved. And yeah, 2 years of the Lesbian Lounge coming up. We also changed names. Remember when we were Live, Laugh, Love Lesbian? Throw back. I think we're probably coming up to the year of being the Lesbian Lounge as well now. It's crazy. We've been through a few different logos. Every time I get a new updated picture, I'm oh, I want that to be the picture of the podcast now. But I feel the one I've got at the minute, we're going to stick with that for a while. I'm happy with it. But it's just wild. The studio's upgraded, the microphone, the camera. I've actually recently, literally last night, bought a new camera, a Canon G7X. So potentially I will start filming the podcast on that. The only thing is the microphone, ASMR, that I use is a Sony microphone which attaches to my Sony camera. So I will have to find a microphone that goes into the Canon. But my kind of thought process is keep the Sony camera and microphone specifically for the podcast because it does the job. It's good quality. The sound is good. The ASMR is good. I know you guys love the ASMR. And then use the Canon G7X more for like photos. Like have that as like a day-to-day camera that comes with me for photos, little TikTok vlogs, things like that. Then the Sony camera with the microphone set up can all stay in the studio. So every time I get to the studio, I'm not having to like set up the microphone and stuff like that. Like this is all set up, ready to go. And then I have my Canon G7X for when I'm going to like events, when I just need photos taken, just for general day-to-day life things. I think that sounds like a good idea. And the camera's actually due to arrive the day Lucy and I move house, which I'm hoping means we can get like a really sexy outside of the house, like with the keys picture. And guys, yeah, we are moving. How long is it? Just under, actually tomorrow, it'll be a week today. What the hell? That's actually insane. Tomorrow, I move house 1 week today. So yeah, Friday the 15th of May, Lucy and I are moving into our first ever house. And literally, I cannot wait. Like, when I say I can't wait, you guys will just think, oh yeah, everyone says that. Like, genuinely, I had a mental breakdown to Lucy on the phone this morning because my mum was ringing me, can you go buy the dog some more dog food? My dad was ringing me, can you go buy me some soup, and can you send back this top that I ordered that I ordered for him because he doesn't know how to online. So I ordered him a top, didn't fit, he wanted to send it back and then reorder it. And I'm like, oh my God, then can you go buy me this? Can you go do this? And I just can't wait to say, sorry, I live in Sunderland. I can't help you anymore. And don't get me wrong, they've helped me out so much in life. It's what you do as a child to then repay your parents and help them out. But I'm just excited to have my own space, my own independence, and my own space with Lucy. Like, we've literally since a year ago, it's actually past our 1 year date anniversary. Will it be our 1 year anniversary's on Monday because Lucy has a whole surprise date day planned for us, which I'll have to update you guys on next week. But I currently know zero of what's going on. She'd said to me, we were going to be going to a hotel. So she said she was going to give me 2 hotel options. Then she just came back to me and said, hotel's booked, everything's sorted. You're going to get an invitation and you just have to accept or decline. And I was like, well, obviously I'm going to accept. And she was like, well, I know you are. I just wanted to do something cute. So it wasn't just like, here's what we're doing. It's like all written out nicely on an invitation. She wants to get it all printed and stuff, which is so cute. Yeah. Since a year ago, we have been living out of bags in each other's houses. Like my makeup brushes have not gone into my makeup brush holder for a year because they've always been in a fucking makeup bag to either go to Lucy's or then I come back to mine. To be fair, near the start, I probably unpacked them and then it was like, right, we're going to Lucy's again, and I packed them again. So pretty much I've had like bags at the door ready to go for the past year as we've been living out of each other's houses. We spent a lot more time at my house the past few months because Lucy's parents are also moving house. So Lucy doesn't actually she doesn't have a bed anymore at her parents' house. It's a spare bed, but oh my God, I just can't wait for us to have our own space. And you guys who have parents-in-law will get this, right? And don't get me wrong, I fucking love them. Like the Barkers are great. I can't wait to be a Barker myself one day. But Lucy's parents are buying a new house, right? Lucy's mum, if you know her, Sarah Icon, very, I wouldn't say indecisive, right? But she sees something, she wants it, she gets it. So they'd come to view our house, and it's a very, very small estate. It's Barrett Homes, new build estate in Sunderland. I'm still working on the Mackham accent. And it's literally got 64 houses on the entire plot. So there's 2 streets. So you drive in, there's our street, you go around the corner, it's still our street, and then up the next street is the other street, right? Lucy's parents are like, oh, there's a nice house for sale on the other street to you guys. And I was like, Lucy, please talk them out of it. I thought, I love your parents, but they do not need to live in the same estate as us, like especially when it's a 64 house estate. And I know what Lucy's parents are like because mine are the exact same. It would be like, oh, Lucy, can you just drive me over to the bar? Lucy, because what is this phone? What am I doing? Here we go. Lucy, would you mind just like running to the shops and dropping some milk off? Like, it would be constant, never ending. My mum did say it might be a good idea because then we could just drop our washing off at their house and they could cook for us all the time, which I get, but like, you do not need the in-laws that close. Like, they're still going to be in Sunderland. Like, a 10-20 minute drive is perfect because my family are going to be like a 20-30 minute drive. We need our distance. We need our own space where we can start afresh, where we don't know anyone, right? Like, I don't want to walk down the street and see someone I know or somebody knows my family and it's like, oh, you're so-and-so's daughter. Like, we just want to make a life for ourselves. Like, nobody knows our history. Nobody knows anything about us. Not like we're going to lie, but you know, it's just like our chance to create our life, our path, our future. And I'm literally so fucking excited. We actually had a few messages the other day. So we went to an event at the Annick Garden, gorgeous event. It was for the Bright Garden Appeal launch, which is the Bright Northumbria charity collaborating with the Annick Garden to create like beautiful garden spaces in hospitals. So palliative care patients or just any patients really can actually access gardens, especially those who need ventilators, things like that, so they can be able to go out into the garden and experience nature and wildlife and all those lovely things. Gorgeous, gorgeous charity. We went to this event. Obviously, Lucy and I were very dressed up. I went and got my makeup done during the day as a little surprise for Lucy. And then we went to the event at Annick Garden. It was absolutely stunning. It was at the Cherry Blossom Orchard. Drinks on arrival, 3-course meal. Guest speakers like Bob Moncur, who's like a Newcastle United legend. Alfie Joey, who's a comedian from Britain's Got Talent. There was speeches from like the head of clinical research for the hospitals and all these cool, clever people. There was an auction and Lucy got a little bit carried away, is that the word? So we've never been to an auction before, at least I haven't. So, you know, sometimes on TV you see like they've got little numbers or they'll just hold up a hand and it's like, sold to the girl in the white jumper, like whatever it is. And everyone was sort of using the programs for the event, like folding them and holding them up to bid. And Lucy and I were looking like, if we were going to bid, what would we bid on? Now there was one thing on there, it was starting price £350, pricey, right? But what we thought it was quite good for. So it was this landscape garden design package. And we thought, okay, like probably not many people will bid on that. We could bid maybe say up to like £500 and get our garden completely done out for £500. And then we were sort of reading it and the way it was worded was very much saying design, get the design. So we queried it and this package, it was worth £17,000 or 1,700. Is that the same thing? No, that's a different thing. I think it was worth £1,700. But essentially they would just like make this like 3D garden design for you. Like that's what you would be bidding for. You wouldn't be getting any of that. So if you wanted to go ahead with what they designed for you, God knows how much extra that would be on top, right? So we decided not to bid on that because we didn't really just want to pay £350 to £500 for somebody to go, here's what we could do with your garden for more money. We're not really that fussed about the garden, like we'll sort it out. So there was a few things on there. And if you know, Lucy, she's into her darts only recently since like the bars come about and they've got the dartboard, especially the virtual dartboard. I'm quite getting into it. And there was a Luke Little assigned picture. So Lucy got a bit carried away and she was like, shall I just do it? And I was like, go on, like we've got the money, auction away. So she folds up her, a program and she's holding it up and it gets, so its starting bid I think was 150. And anyway, Lucy bids again and it's 180, which obviously is like the big dart thing. Like if you hit 3 triple 20s, it's 180. And the guy was like, you've just made my dreams come true. Like a dart thing for £180. And then the other motherfucker who was trying to bid 190, and I was like, fuck's sake, like just let it go for 180. No, I don't even think it was him. I think the man was trying to push for more. I can't really remember. I was a bit like, oh my god, how much money is this going to cost us? Anyway, Lucy goes up for 200, sold to the girl in the green suit. That's my girlfriend. And now we have a giant Luke Littler poster which Lucy's trying to convince me to put in our downstairs bathroom at home, and I'm trying to convince her to get the Raven, her business, to buy it off us to put in the bar. I'm like, they're not having it for free. Like, but that's our joint account money spent on that. So if the Raven want to buy it from us, they can have it. Because I don't quite know if I want it in my downstairs bathroom, or even when she was suggesting the living room. I'm not fucking having Luke Littler in my living room like this, throwing a dart. Not happening. Absolutely not. My neutral tone house is not being spoiled by Luke Littler, as good as he is. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. What was I saying? Oh, I remember the event. Okay, wow, we really go off on some tangents here, don't we? Like I said, undiagnosed ADHD. I'm sorry, guys. So, because we were all dressed up for this event, I had posted a cutie picture on Instagram of me and Lucy, as I do. And what we've done is, because there was no one to take our photo, so I just propped my phone up and we took a video, and I'd done one where like my hand was sort of like holding onto Lucy's arm. We were having a little hug and looking at each other, then having a little kiss, as you do, as us lesbians do, right? And I hadn't like then reversed, like mirrored back the image. So I'd done it on video and my camera's like flipped. So I hadn't unflipped it. So my right hand that was touching Lucy's arm looked like my left arm. Obviously I wear my promise ring on my right hand, which is a ring from Lucy, but it looked like I was just wearing a ring on my left hand, which would be my wedding hand. So my best friend Chloe sent me a voice note and was like, oh my God, are you fucking engaged? And I was like, where she got this from? Then I realized what, like, I went on my Instagram, I was like, oh shit, like I look like I've got an engagement ring on, right? So I texted her back and I was like, Chloe, I was like, one, I wish. Two, you would not be finding out through an Instagram post if I got engaged. Like, you'd be getting, you know, like the FaceTime calls. This is actually what Chloe and Kareen did to me when they got engaged. They just FaceTime me out of the blue. I answered, and then Chloe like did something with her hand and I just screamed. Like, I want to do something cute like that for all my friends and family and like record all their reactions or something fun like that. So I was like, you will not be finding out via an Instagram post. Like, that wouldn't happen. But very much no ring. I then got a message from a few other people, like people I know, people I don't know, being like, I've got a sneaky feeling you guys got engaged. Like, did you guys get engaged? Because I didn't do the post about the event until like a day later, so I'd shared some pictures, but I hadn't necessarily said like where we were, so it just looked like we'd got dressed up and gone and took some pretty pictures. And also, like, guys, do you think my actual wife-to-be, Lucy Barker, knowing what her wife-to-be, Juliet Francis Taylor, is like, would let me have some low-quality ass images for my engagement pictures and my nails not freshly done? Like, come on, Lucy Barker, she knows better than that. At least I hope she does. Like, the camera was at a low angle because of where it was propped up. It obviously wasn't flipped. It was front camera. It just wasn't giving. Like, at least, babe, wait till I've got the Canon G7X so I can snap a few nice pictures. But no, she knows better than that. At least I hope. Because, yeah, trust, my engagement pictures will be a lot better. High quality. We're going to have fresh nails. We're going to have a tan. We're going to have hair done, makeup done. Like, the thing is that, like, I probably won't know when I'm going to get proposed to, because I'm very much always, like, dress up. Like, I'm always dressed to the max. I'm always dressed, always heels, most of the time. So it's not like Lucy could say to me, oh babe, like, I think you should wear heels and a dress tonight. Because normally I'm the one going out saying, should I wear heels and a dress? And Lucy's going, we're literally going to see Mean Girls at the theatre. And there I am rocking up in like my actual massive high sparkly silver stilettos and a pink blazer dress, just so I look like Regina George. And Lucy's like, you know, you could have probably wore a pink tracksuit. And I'm like, I probably could have, but I wanted to be dressed up. So it's not like she's gonna have to convince me to dress up for the proposal. I think it would more be like, I would, if she wasn't dressed up. But the past week, we've been to 3 events, or Lucy's been to 3 events where she's got dressed up and worn a suit. So we went to the Annet Garden event. Lucy went to an event with the bar, the trade show where they try loads of beers, and then we went to UK's Top Influencer Awards on Sunday, which we will debrief about in a second, because have I got some tea and gossip on that, right? So yeah, she gets dressed up occasionally, but if we're going out somewhere like for a meal, she'll always look fit, like cargos, nice All Saints t-shirt, nice fancy trainers, hair in a slick back bun, mwah. But I feel like for the proposal, if I'm going to be quite in a dress, she's probably going to want to be in a suit. So that's when I might clock onto her like, but you're wearing a suit. But I feel like you kind of want to have a little inkling that you might get engaged, just so you make sure you're looking your best. Like, I reckon, like, if I went to get a tan and Ailish, who does my tans, was like, oh, don't worry, it's been paid for. And then I went to get my nails done and that was the case. Although, like, were trying to, like, convince me to get really neutral, but I am a neutral girly. Like, these are neutral nails, right? Like, it's not often I go for something crazy. So if they would be like, I think you should just get French, I think you should get something plain and neutral, then I might be like, But you almost want to have a little sneaky feeling so that if it does happen, at least you know, like, you're fully prepared and not completely caught off guard, I think. But I know what my girlfriend's like, and I know she's going to give me an unreal proposal whenever it comes, and it's going to be gorgeous. I'm excited, Lucy, and the people are ready. Everyone's messaging me thinking we're engaged, so that's all I'm saying on that one. But yeah, let's dive into UK's top influencer, because it was interesting, to say the least. So if you don't know, last year the podcast The Lesbian Lounge was nominated and became one of the top 5 podcasts in the UK. We were nominated again this year but didn't make it through to, like, the final cut, which is fine. I don't know if they do it based on the amount of nominations you get, if it's based on, like, you were nominated last year so we're going to give someone else a chance this year, which, like, fair enough, whatever. It's cool. So I wasn't planning on going because tickets are like £60 general admission, £300 VIP. Thought, I'm not paying to sit and watch other people win an award that I'd quite like to win. So fine with that, like, whatever, everyone have a great night. And then my friend won the giveaway for the VIP tickets. She lives in Wales and knew I lived in Newcastle and was like, listen, like, I know you're obviously close to where these awards are. Do you want the tickets? I'll not be able to make it. So I said to Lucy, like, we may as well go. It's 2 VIP tickets, so like £600 worth of tickets. We may as well go. It'll be great to network, like, for you, for the bar, for me, for the podcast. Like, we can have a great time. If anything, it's just a chance for us to get dressed up and get some more nice pictures. So Lucy agrees to come, and the day of, obviously because it was quite last minute, I hadn't had time to book hair and makeup. And what UK's top influencer do is they provide college students from Newcastle College in, like, a big truck to do hair and makeup for free, just for them to get experience and for people going to get hair and makeup done. So I rock up to this hair and makeup van about 4:30. Event starts, well, VIP entrance is from 6:30, and the last sitting for hair and makeup is at 5:30, I believe. So I'm like, I've got plenty of time. I get to this van and it kind of looks closed. Like, the barriers are sort of like, you couldn't walk through the barrier without having to, like, move it out of the way to climb up the stairs to this big caravan truck thing. And I was like, do I walk in? Do I walk out? But bear this in mind, I had no makeup on my face. My hair had not been curled. It was greasy as fuck. And I thought, I have no makeup in the car. Like, if I do not walk in here right now, there's not really time to go home and do it myself. Like, I'm going makeupless, hairless, so I need to get in here. So I walk up the stairs. It's quite busy. There's 2 people waiting before me. And I'm thinking, right, it's 4:30. I've got time. I'm just going to have to wait. There's about 10 makeup artists, like, doing people. So, like, someone will become free soon. Thankfully, someone became free, did my hair and makeup. She was lush. She's called Katie. Her Instagram is Katie's Creations MUA. There might be an underscore in there somewhere, but if you just search Katie's Creations, or if you go on my Instagram, I've tagged her in a reel and some pictures because my girl deserves some exposure. I also did give her a tip. Like, I'm not an arsehole. I wasn't going to expect free hair and makeup, but I thought, I'm going to give you some exposure on socials, on Insta, TikTok, like, let's get you out there. So she was unreal. Thanks, Katie, for my makeup and my hair. Sit down, get my hair and makeup done. It's raining, I'm stressed. I run back to the car. I then go to put on my outfit. I'm wearing what I wore for Mean Girls, a pink blazer dress, some sparkly silver heels. If you want to see what it looks like, again, go to my Instagram. It's all on there, at Juliet Francis T. Go to do my button up. I do the first button fine. Go to do the second button up. What is that on the floor? It looks like a dead creature, but I don't think it is. Ew. Go to do the second button up. Pops off. I'm like, shit, I have nothing else in my car, like, nothing else I can wear. I'm thinking, fuck, we're gonna have to not go. Now, my mum, being the little angel that she is, had offered to drop Lucy off in Newcastle so Lucy could have a drink and I would drive us both home. And I'm like, shit. Lucy's like, let me go ask your mum if she's got a needle and thread in the car, because we all know what your mum's like. She most likely does. Did she? Of course she did. So Jill sews my button back on. We do the button up. We go to the event. Now, I thought, like, if they're saying, like, VIP from 6:30, I know most people like to be like a little bit late to things, but I thought we want to be getting there for 6:30 so we can like experience this hour where it's just the VIPs, like mingle with people, red carpet, all that stuff. So we get there pretty much for 6:30. Like there is no one else about. There's the paparazzi, there's the red carpet photographers. So we go there, we go on the red carpet, get a lot of pictures. I'm like being vain, like, Lucy babe, can I do some just me? I actually need to try and find the pictures of me and Lucy, because we didn't take one of us just on our phone. They said we could like message somebody, but I don't remember who. So if anyone knows how I can get the pictures of me and Lucy, let me know. Anyway, we then go in, and obviously they know me from last year, but they're acting a bit like they don't know me. And I'm like, fine, whenever you meet a lot of people. And I'm like, oh, the tickets won't be under me. They'll be under my friend who couldn't come, who won the VIP tickets. And they're just kind of looking. And genuinely, me and Lucy thought they were going to turn us away. And it's like, but why would you do that? Like, we're making use of the tickets. She couldn't make use of them. Anyway, they let us in. We do like welcome drinks, things like that. We go on the like 360 spinning booth. It's all good vibes. We sit down, we end up sitting next to one of my friends and her boyfriend, and then some people that I met last year who were up for an awards. So like, it was nice vibes, we were all chatting, and then it comes to the break. We go in the queue for some food. Now there are some big famous names there, cool, fair enough. And then I don't want to say security, like I don't know who it was, but somebody who was working the event literally put their arm in front of me and Lucy and was like, just wait here, like people need to come and get food. And we were like, the fuck? Like, I'm totally fine. Like, if someone just said to me, listen, I'm so sorry, I need to get so-and-so some food, like they've got to host the event, they've got to do this, whatever, fine, makes no difference to me, but don't be a fucking arse about it. Like, literally put their arm in front of me and Lucy. This person then comes in, doesn't say a fucking word. Like, I would be like, I'm so sorry guys, hope you don't mind. Like, I would just say something because I'm a decent human being. So anyway, they get their food, they go out the queue, Lucy's moved forwards. I was chatting to the people behind me. Then they do it again. They literally put their hand in front of me. Lucy has my fucking plate of food. And I'm like, oh, like, I'm with her. And they were like, you just have to wait. And I was like, are you actually for real? Now, thankfully, obviously, Lucy knows what type of food I like. So she gets me my cupcake and my breadstick and my carrots and hummus and my red pepper and stuff like that. So it's fine. But I just thought, like, have some fucking decency. Like, it does not matter if you have 2 followers or 1 million followers. Like, just be a good human being. Like, just be a nice person. It costs absolutely nothing. Like I said, I do not care if you are in a rush and you need to get in front of me. Fine, I'm not in a fucking hurry. I'll get me cupcake in a minute. But just say, I'm so sorry, do you mind? Like, don't fucking ignore me. Like, I'm the fucking scum of the earth just because you've got more Instagram followers than me. I just wound me up. The people behind me were like, what the fuck? Everyone in the queue was like, what is going on? It just was like, no need for anybody to have that level of like audacity. I don't think anyway. And like, yes, I know, like, I have a following and I'm somewhat of a public figure, right? Like, yes, I've been on the telly, I've got the podcast, I do the pageants, but like, I do not see myself as better than anybody else. Like, I'm not saying this to brag, but like, I know I'm a down-to-earth person. Like, even when I went into this makeup band, it was dead silence in there. Like, literally the only thing you would hear is like, oh, can you do my eyebrow a bit more like this? Can you sort this out? I was chatting to the makeup artist doing my makeup. I was chatting to the makeup artist next door. Like, I was chatting to people going to the event. I was like, oh my God, like, how exciting, you're nominated. Everyone was like this. Like, for what reason? What is the need? Like, let's chat, let's make friends. We're here for this amazing event. Like, let's have a good time. Anyway, the event as a whole was really good. It was hosted by Junior, Andre, and Jasmine Orr. They were really, really great hosts. I love Junior. He had like great energy, great vibes. There was like a dance and a show performance by the dance students from Newcastle College, and one of my friends goes there, so I was like, whoop whoop, go Charlotte, cheering her on. All the hair and makeup artists who did our hair and makeup also got to come and enjoy the event, which I thought was really nice. So they hadn't like done people's hair and makeup for free to then not actually even get a ticket for the event. But pretty much as soon as the event finished, Lucy and I were like, let's just head home. Like, we don't need to stay here. We don't feel super like welcomed. So we were like, bye-bye, see you later. When I got to McDonald's on the way home, went home to bed, and then homophobia girlies, maybe skip forward a few minutes now. It comes to like 6 o'clock the next morning. I'm lying in bed feeling quite poorly. Get up and I'm sick like 6 times. Then I'm sick again. Then I'm sick again. It's not a good day to be me. My girlfriend has severe emetophobia, like cannot look at sick, cannot hear sick. If she is sick, like it's end of the world. So I had to, like, when I knew I was about to be sick, I had to wake her up so she could leave the bedroom so she wouldn't hear me being sick. But bless her, she was great. She brought me water, but as she was bringing me water, she caught me being sick into my hand. So sorry, Lucy, sorry that you had to deal with that. But I'm still technically, well, as of right now, I'm past the 48-hour mark of being sick, so I'm no longer contagious. So tonight, when Lucy gets home from work, I'll be allowed a kiss and a cuddle, because this girl has been avoiding me like the fucking plague. Now, I think what this sickness period has taught me is that my love language is physical touch, because I have never felt so unloved and unwanted. Now, this is really nothing to do with my girlfriend. Like, she's just been keeping a distance. She is like, I don't want to get sick. I'm staying away from you. We're also moving house in a week. We've got a big weekend coming up. So she doesn't want to catch it. I get it. But I have been like, I'm like, what's the point of being in a relationship if we're not going to cuddle? Like, we're not even friends right now. Like, I need to touch you, and I need you to touch me. So this morning I was like, right, roll over, I need to spoon you. I was like, I'll literally stuff my face in the pillow. Give me a COVID mask for all I care. Like, I don't care what it takes. I just need to touch you. So that's what I've realized. Physical touch is like a non-negotiable for me. I need physical touch, because I can't survive without it, apparently. I can't function without physical touch. And it's almost it's one of them things, like, you don't realize how bad you need it until it's gone. But everyone just touch wood that Lucy doesn't catch the sickness bug, because my mum had it, then I had it, now my dad has it. But the funny thing is, my dad was away whilst me and my mum both had it, and I hadn't seen my mum while she had it. So we all haven't actually been near each other. So I don't know how we've all caught off each other, but let's touch wood that Lucy doesn't get it, because we've got a big weekend coming up, and because next week we're moving house, Lucy's working a lot up until the Friday, so she can't really afford to be off work, because she's then taking a week and a half off work for us to move into the house. So there is a lot going on in our lives. I think that is all the updates I have for you guys. But of course, next week I'm going to give you the updates of our anniversary date day. I'm so excited. I do not have a clue what we're doing. All I know is that we're staying in a hotel. I know nothing else. I'm so excited to see what Lucy has planned. I can't believe we're going to have been together for a whole year. It's been like the year mark of our first date, which is crazy. We did a little like couples questions last night in bed, because you guys know me, I love a question. And it's like, what was your first like assumption of me? When did you know you were in love with me? Like, all stuff like that. And genuinely, it's like, after that first date, like, through Lucy's pictures, you guys have heard the voice notes that I sent to my best friend Chloe, being like, yeah, she's not my wife, like, she looks quite feminine, I'm literally going for free food, that's it. And then I get to this date, because Lucy had used pictures from like 2021, 2022, when she wore her hair down a lot, she wore a little bit of makeup, yeah, she had the tats, like, she looked lesbian, but she was giving femme lesbian, like, she wasn't giving sexy mass lesbian that she is now. So I was like, she's not the one for me. I get to this date and I look at her and I'm like, holy fuck. Like, I can remember exactly what she was wearing. She was wearing some white Nike Air Force with a peach tick on them. She was wearing her Nike shorts, this black fluffy Supreme jumper, and her hair in a messy bun. And she always says she never used to wear her hair in a messy bun ever. The day of the first date, because she'd been doing a shift at Amazon that day, she just threw her hair up. Little to her knowledge that my biggest turn on in life is a woman in messy, well, not even messy, but just in low buns. So that worked out well for her. But we both said, like, our first is, well, actually the first thing I noticed about Lucy, because I knew she was going to be short, because I'm pretty sure it was in her Hinge profile, but I was like, oh, you're short. And she said her first noticeable thing of me was my boobs, but I thought it was going to be that I was quite tall. But everything just worked out perfectly. I get more in love with this girl every fucking day, and having 48 hours not being allowed to touch her has killed me off. So, like, I think that's how you know that that's your person, that you physically can't stand to not be in contact with them. Like, I need it to survive and to function. But it's been over a year since that first date. Crazy, mind-blowing. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump straight on into this week's episode. So this week's question of the week is, you can only live with two of these things for the rest of your life. What are you choosing? So here are your options, and I want you guys to play along at home. I have got some responses here, but I want you guys to play along. So we have A, B, C, D, and E. I'll tell you what they are now. A is the tongue. Oh, Lucy's just texted me. She says, "Are you okay, girlfriend?" I'll reply, "Yes, I'm fine, girlfriend." So A, the tongue. B, the strap. C, fingers. D, the vibrator. Or E, scissoring. So you can only keep 2 of these for the rest of your life. This is kind of hard. I think 100% I'm keeping A. Oh, and I'm torn between B and C. I'm going to go C. I'm looking in A and C. So let's see what you guys have to say. A and C. Okay, there we go. C and E. Nice. B and D. So you're having the strap and the vibrator. Kind of obsessed with that combination. Like when you put them together, clock it. Definitely A and C. A and B. Okay, so you're having the tongue and the strap. Obsessed. Someone says alone or with a partner, because then my answers are different. Yeah, definitely. A and E. So we're having tongue and scissors. I personally would like B and C, but A is a close third. A and B. A and B. Okay, so we're getting a lot of tongue and strap and a lot of tongue and fingers. A and E, please. E and A. Actually, C. Oh, but B sounds good too. I just can't pick. Yeah, I mean, can we just keep all 5? I don't see why not. A and E. I love me some C, but I think I can live without it. I think. A and C. A and C. Okay, we're liking A and C. So most of us are going tongue and fingers. A and C. A and B is the only right answer. A and E, all other answers are wrong. A, B and C, like how am I going to let one of them go? Don't restrict me. Yeah, it's pretty hard. I'm being ruthless. This is a tough one. Defo B and D. Okay, I don't think we've had that combination yet. So B and D, you're having the strap and the vibe. Oh, we have had that. We've had strap and vibrator. A and C, easy. A and E. So we're getting a few, pretty much everyone is going for a tongue. None of us lesbians are willing to give up the tongue. And then we're pretty torn between the tongue being paired with the strap, the fingers, the vibrator, or scissoring. A and C, tongue and fingers. A and E, tongue and tongue and scissoring. A and E, A and E, A and E. Accident and emergency. There we go. A and C, A and D. A and C. A and C should be a package deal. A and E. D and C. Okay, what's that? That's D and C. Vibrator and fingers. Nice. A and E. Let's do a couple more. A and C. A and B. A and E. A and B. It's a lot of A's paired up with other lovely things. A and C. C and D. A and E. Okay, so what we've learned from that is us lesbians are not willing to give up the tongue for nobody. Like the tongue is not moving over for anything. We'll substitute something else so we can have the tongue. Fair enough. All right, are we ready for some dilemmas? I know I am, so strap in, strap on. Here we go. Hello, Juliet. Hello. I love when you guys say hi to me. Hi, besties. I listened to one of your recent podcast episodes where a listener shared a dilemma about BDSM and personal limits. So I thought I'd share my own crazy experience from when I was 19. Okay, we have had a couple BDSM stories which normally all follow the same script. We've normally got a young girl and like a 30-plus-year-old lesbian who just wants to take advantage of you. So let's see if this is going to go the same way. At this time, I was a sophomore at Texas A&M University. I lived in the same residence hall as another 19-year-old from my course. Okay, we're the same age. Love that. She was, and remains to be, the most beautiful woman that I've ever seen in real life. Think Margot Robbie level stunning. Obsessed. We shared the same friend group, so we got to know each other naturally. She was a devout conservative Christian, pretty common at Texas A&M. Okay, so nothing out of the ordinary. We're in Texas, it's the going thing to be. She openly said that she didn't agree with homosexuality or sex outside of marriage. Despite that, I was still hopelessly attracted to her. She caught me staring at her multiple times and was just giving me this knowing half smile. Okay, so like she's clocked on. She knows that you've got the hots for her, and she's just this sweet, like innocent Christian girl. Like, yeah, I don't like gays, but I'll smile back at you. Okay, I've got no idea where this is going. One night after a party, we were walking back to the dorms together, both a bit tipsy. Okay, we've got some liquid courage behind us. Are we going to make a move? She invited me into her room. Okay, she invited you. I thought you were going to invite her. I thought she didn't like lesbians. What's going on? She invited me into her room and we had sex. The first time was relatively vanilla and genuinely fun. Okay, so this like act that she's putting on is genuinely an act. She's acting like this sweet little Christian girl who doesn't believe in sex before marriage, doesn't stand for homosexuality, and now she's having sex before marriage with a woman. I mean, fair dues, girl, you do what you want to do. Lots of kissing, lots of oral and fingering. Okay, she knows what she's doing. I left thinking that this might be the start of a real relationship, but it wasn't. Okay. What followed was 8 months of increasingly intense hookups. She introduced me to a very heavy BDSM dynamic that I had never experienced before. She kept a large trunk full of gear, leather cuffs, floggers, canes, a long braided whip, straps, blindfolds, and an impressive collection of dildos and vibrators. Holy fuck. So she really is putting on a mask every day to go to uni, playing this innocent, sweet girl, but deep in her dorm room is a fucking sex dungeon with all of these things. What the hell? Like, how is she keeping up this act? She was clearly experienced. Sounds it. She loved restraining me and flogging my ass and thighs with a heavy leather flogger until my skin was hot, bright red, and covered in welts. What the hell? Now, I can't lie, I didn't know what a flogger was until this person sent this dilemma, so I had to Google it. It kind of looks like a whip, but you know a whip's like, it's like a straight thing. The flogger's like, woo, like little bits of ribbon, but not ribbon, it's like hard whip stuff. But I was like, Google, what is a flogger? Like, hoping Lucy's not like looking on my search history later, like, why are you Googling floggers? Do you want one? Do you want me to flog you? And I'd be like, no, I do not want red welted skin. Not for me. I'd be tapped out by now. I'd literally have been like, no, this is not for me. I'm not okay with this. Anyway, whilst doing it, she would call me her pathetic, desperate little dyke and a filthy sinner who couldn't resist a straight Christian girl. What the actual? She is like, I'm frightened by like the act that she's been putting on to the person she actually is. Like, how is she differentiating between these two personalities? Like, it's giving split personalities. What the fuck? She would often switch from the flogger to a cane or whip, delivering sharp, stinging strikes across my ass and thighs until I was shaking and in tears. Literally 3 taps and I'm out. Like, I would need a safe word, like, peanuts, get me out, like, stop fucking hitting me. But literally I'd be like, tapped out, get me out of here. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. I'm a podcast host, get me out of here. Imagine, just deep this 1 second, guys. Imagine one day I was famous enough, like the podcast was famous enough for me to be like invited on I'm a Celebrity, Dancing on Ice, Strictly Come Dancing. Like, it happened for GK Barry, right? She's a podcaster, she's a content creator. Why couldn't it happen for the Lesbian Lounge? Imagine, would I do the jungle though? Probably not, especially because I'm vegetarian. Like, I would literally, I don't even like beans, so I would eat rice. I would probably be a skinny queen, but I don't know if I could do that on like the dunny and stuff like that. Strictly Dancing on Ice, like anything like that, I'd be so down for. So if you need someone, guys, hit me up. Anyway, back to your dilemma. Foot worship became a regular ritual. The moment I would walk into her room, she would often order me to my knees, press her bare foot against my face, and make me suck her toes. She loved forcing her whole foot into my mouth until I gagged, all while telling me how disgusting and pathetic I was. What the hell? Like, literally, you're walking in the room. What if she's had like sweaty feet all day and she's like, suck my toe? Like, get on your knees and suck my toe. I'd be like, no, thank you. But it sounds like this girl's not taking no for an answer. As for the strap-on sex, I don't think being gentle was in her repertoire. This is fucking wild. The truth is, I didn't enjoy the BDSM side of this at all. But I was an idiot and so hopelessly infatuated and attracted to how beautiful she was that I just let her do whatever she wanted to me. I feel like you are not the only person who's been in this situation, right? I genuinely think this has probably happened to a multitude of girls where they're so obsessed with a woman, they're like, you are so beautiful, so out of my league, I will do whatever it takes to have you and to keep you. Like, yeah, I'll suck your toes, I'll let you strap me, I'll let you whip me, I'll let you do whatever you want to me just so I can feel like your chosen person. So you're probably not the only person who's been in this situation. Now, she's still identified as straight, went to the on-campus church every Sunday, and told me that being with me was a sin. Okay, so she's very much like following her religion, telling you like this is sinful. Obviously, when she's doing things to you, she's calling you like a dirty sinner, whatever she's calling you. But she's also participating, so maybe she's just been in such like a strictly conditioned Christian family that this is her way of almost like pushing back to that. But she feels like in her like day-to-day life, like in her like outgoing, like when she goes out of her dungeon, her dorm, but we're going to call it a dungeon, like she has to put on this persona and be so like good and Christian and perfect. And maybe that's why the BDSM's so extreme, because that's her way of like letting go and almost like pushing completely away this like perfect goody two-shoes side of her. Wild. Whenever I tried to point out the contradiction, she would say scripture, repentance, and prayer would help her change. Okay, so you're saying like, listen girl, you're telling me this is a sin, like you're saying all these things to me, but you are the one following God, following the scripture, whatever, and like you're the one doing this to me. And she's saying, no, like I'm going to pray the gay away, I'm going to do the scripture, like repent, all this stuff. I'm genuinely like, this is one of the wildest dilemmas we've ever had. I'm here for it. The contrast between her sweet, kind persona in our friend group and the degrading way she treated me in private was extraordinary. I can imagine. And obviously you're the only person, I'm assuming, that has seen this side to her. Like probably she hasn't been getting with anybody else on campus. I don't know, she's got all these sex toys, so surely she's been using them with someone else. But as like, for what you know, as you are aware of, you are the only person who's seen this other side to her. So like, you just have to act like everything's normal when you see her at church in a lecture, because it's like, but you know that last night she was fucking like, you probably can't sit down in your lecture because your arse is fucking like bruised to shit. And she's looking at you like, tee, like, thanks Jesus. And you're sat there like, how are you the same person? Like genuinely, how are you the same person? So yeah, you're literally saying this is like the difference in personas is wild. Eventually, I came to my senses and I told her I couldn't continue. We stopped sleeping together, but we still saw each other through our mutual friends. I only ever told one close friend about what happened. Okay, so at least you told someone, you were like, listen, I need to tell you about Susie. You're never going to fucking believe it. But like, I don't mean to say this isn't like, I don't believe you, because I do. But would people have believed you? Because she's clearly so good at putting on this act. And this story is so wild and extreme. It's not like, oh my God, you know Susie, she says she's straight, but she slept with me. It's like, oh my God, you know Susie, she says she's straight, and she makes me suck on her feet and whips me and does all these crazy sexual things to me. People are going to be like, Susie, no chance. And you're like, oh my God, she does, like, go into her dorm. It's a fucking sex dungeon in there. Crazy. Maybe you should like call the like campus police, like, hey guys, I'm surprised no one's like heard something from a room, or like, I don't know how American dorms work. Are they like right next to each other? I mean, in sex lives of college girls, aren't they all like sharing dorms as well? You know, like it's 2 to a room. So I hope she hasn't got a roommate that she's just like kicking out every now and again. Crazy. Where are we up to? Here we are. Even now, years later, I still see her occasionally when our friend group gets together. I bet that is traumatic. She's still stunningly beautiful, but I learned the hard way that intense physical attraction can sometimes pull you into situations that aren't healthy for you, emotionally or physically. Live and learn, right? Wow. That, I'm going to give you a round of applause for that. That was a brilliant dilemma. I want more of that. Absolutely fucking wild, crazy. I'm really, really glad that you sort of like bucked up your ideas. You almost like had this snap back into reality. The frontal lobe kicked in and you were like, this isn't normal. I need to get out of this. I'd love to know, because you still see her now, like, what's the crack? Like, has she got a boyfriend? Like, what's going on? Like, I do feel like with Americans, like, I have had one of my friends from America, she came to me in confidence, told me that she was gay, and I was like, snaps for you, like, thrilled for you. I'm here if you need anything. She has a very, very Christian family, couldn't tell them. And I was like, I'm really grateful that you feel like you can trust me and come to me, like, I am here for you, whatever you need. Now she's got a boyfriend, and genuinely, like, I think this is because she wants to please her family so bad, she would rather push these gay feelings down and almost like not accept it and just have a boyfriend and please her family, which genuinely really upsets me, because like, she's come to me and said, like, listen, I'm gay, this is who I am, but can't actually portray that to the outside world. So very likely a similar thing's going on with this girl. She can't express this queer side. So that's why maybe it's got so extreme, because it's like she's been holding down the feeling. So everything is unleashed and it's just gone from like one extreme completely to another, 0 to 100, right? But I'd love to know now, like, has she got a boyfriend? What is going on? How is the sex dungeon coming along? Like, genuinely, this girl's going to graduate college, buy her own house, dig underneath it, and it's going to be one of them full-on sex dungeons like you see on Olivia Atwood's show. I love that show, Getting Filthy Rich. Like, why are grannies on fucking OnlyFans? Why are we buying like real life sex dolls? If you haven't watched that show, genuinely, it's fucking brilliant. I'd love to do something like that one day, like a little TV documentary, maybe like looking into like the lesbian world. Imagine how cool that would be, like going to watch all that fun stuff. I mean, I'd probably be like this because I'm a bit of like I don't want to say a prude. Like, sex wasn't talked about growing up with me. Like, me and my family never spoke about sex, so it's something that I'm like, ooh, like, you know, when you're sitting watching the telly and like people are having sex, like Bridesmaids, the film, for example, they have sex at the start. We used to skip forward that and then start the film from after that. Then when I got a bit older, we would watch that, but I would be like so uncomfortable watching that around my parents. I'd be like, ew. So I'd probably be like that, but it would be very interesting to like delve into the lesbian world and bring you guys that. So any TV documentary producers out there, we're aiming high today, guys. We're going on Strictly, we're going on I'm a Celeb, and we're getting our own TV documentary. It's all happening at the Lesbian Lounge. So there we go. Right. Next dilemma. Are we ready? Here we are. Hey, Juliet. Hey, bestie. I've been with my girlfriend for 14 months now. We moved in together about 5 months ago, after spending the first 9 months in a long distance setup where we only saw each other on weekends. Okay, every weekend, that's good. Some people is like 1 month on, 1 month off, or like you see each other one weekend a month. Like, that's, in a way, for a long distance relationship, I feel like every weekend is kind of a luxury, and hopefully that means you're both not working the weekend. So maybe you get like, you travel to her on Friday evening, then you got all of Saturday, most of Sunday before you drive back to be back at work for Monday. I feel like that's not too bad setup for a long distance relationship. Back then, it made sense that sex only happened on weekends. But now that we're living together full time, we're still only having sex on the weekends, nothing during the week. Okay, so like, you've just been used to this setup where it's like, we see each other on weekends, so we have sex on weekends. And even now you've moved in together, that setup's stayed the same. My sex drive is a lot higher than hers. We work full-time jobs, and I get that she's tired some nights, but I'm not asking for marathon sessions every single day or anything crazy like that. I'd be happy with sex a couple of times during the week, 30 minutes here and there. That doesn't feel unreasonable to me. I don't think it is at all. Like, obviously you're saying your sex drive's gonna be a bit higher, but you're not asking for anything crazy. Maybe you just want a cheeky finger after work. That's it. I'll go to sleep. And then weekends, we can save like the fun. We can get the, oh my God, what are they called? What did you call them? I'm going to have to go back to the dilemma. What did you call them? A flog. Get the floggers out on the weekends, but during the week, it's tame. It's vanilla during the week. During the weekends, we go with the BDSM dungeon and we get crazy. When I try to initiate during the week, she usually says, just wait until the weekend. From her side, weekends are when she really gets in the mood. She likes to make it romantic. Candles, wine, longer sensual sessions. And I love that too. And I totally understand her wanting that special vibe. The problem is, on weekdays, I'm still a horny bitch who's constantly wet thinking about her. I'm obsessed with that. Like, that's how you know it's true love, right? I don't need the full romantic setup every time. Sometimes a good raw fuck would be great. I get that, yeah. Like, you don't want it to always have to, like, be planned sex. You don't want it to have to be light the candles, put the lingerie on. We almost like are initiating for the sex. Sometimes you just want it to be like, oh my God, you look so hot tonight. So do you. You kiss, you rip the clothes off, you have sex, you go back to your day-to-day life. It doesn't have to be like set up, booked in the diary. On Saturday, we fuck. I get that for sure. I'm the only one walking around the apartment turned on, while she seems perfectly fine waiting. When we do have sex, it's amazing. It would just be great if it was slightly more frequent. I would appreciate any advice on how to find a middle ground that works for both of our sex drives. Okay, I feel like what we could do is, if she's used to having sex on weekends, maybe you need to get yourself busy on a weekend. Like, maybe you say, listen, babe, I'm going for a weekend away with one of my friends, with my family. I don't want us to miss out on our weekend sex. What about Wednesday night? And still sort of give her that like structure that she likes, but just change it from a weekend day to a weekday. So she sees like, okay, like, yeah, I got home from work on Wednesday and I was a bit tired, but we had sex, it was great. And I was fine Thursday morning. Like, you know, so she sees that weekday sex is just what weekend sex is. It's literally just on a different day. Hopefully, maybe that goes well. And then you could start being like, just like dropping the subtle comments like, God, like, it was so like exhilarating having that sex during the week. Like, I'd love to do that more often. Maybe like make it a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not planned. Spontaneous, that's the word. Make it a bit more spontaneous. And I know you're saying you're sort of trying to initiate, but maybe we need to try and initiate without saying it, without vocalizing like, I want to have sex tonight. Just try and catch her in the moment. Like, get yourself, you know, in the feels. Like, have a good look at her. Obviously, saying like literally looking at her gets you wet. Like, have a good look and just almost like give her the eyes and be like, babe, it's Tuesday. Like, I can't wait till Saturday. Like, I need you right now. Like, make her feel really wanted. Make it clear to her, like, I don't care if the candles aren't lit. I don't care if you haven't showered yet. Like, I just need you right now. Like, come here, come sit on my face. Or like, whatever the setup is, let me come sit on your face. Let's scissor. Let's, whatever you guys do, you give her that, yeah? You tell her what you want. And just like vocalize it. Don't be like, can we book this in? Just do it. And like, or even we don't say anything. You just are like, babe, I need to give you a fucking kiss right now. Like, and I think a kiss could turn into more. It's tricky because you're saying she naturally just has a lower sex drive than yours. So maybe sex on the weekend is like, that's her, brilliant, ticked off. I'm happy for the week. I've had me sex. Brilliant. I'll book it in for next week. Same time. Yep. Sounds good. Whereas you're like, you have that, but you're like during the week, you're thinking about it. You're wanting more. You need more. So I think we either have a sit down conversation and you say, listen, I completely get, I have a higher sex drive, but I need to do something about it in the week. So here are the options. I have a weekday wank. Send me some sexy pictures and I'll get myself to my destination. Or if you want to be involved with that, we could be involved with that, because she does seem like the type of person who likes to know what's going on. She likes to know when something's going to happen. She wants that in the diary. She's got it booked in for Saturday every night. It's every week at 6. Like, that's her thing. So maybe if we vocalize to her and say, listen, I need something during the week. I'm going to do this. Or would you like to be involved? Would you like to watch? Would you just like to be there? Or would you rather it's just kept to weekends for now? But obviously you're saying you need it to be more frequent. Also, just have a think. I know you're saying everything's perfect, even the sex is great, but really just sit down and have a think and be like, can I do this? If nothing changes, if she's really not willing to change, can I do this for the rest of my life? Just really, really think that to yourself, because what I don't want to happen is I don't want you to, just get stuck in the routine and almost be like resenting the weekend sex because you didn't get it during the week, and like resenting her for not giving you what you want and not matching your needs, because that is what a relationship is all about at the end of the day. It's compromise. Sometimes you're going to be so horny and she's not going to be feeling sex, and that's okay. But sometimes it would be nice that you're so horny and she's willing to meet you there. Sometimes it might happen that she's really horny, like, babe, listen, I'm just not feeling it tonight. Like, you need to be able to understand each other's bodies and be like, you know what, that's okay, that's fine. Next week, or what about Tuesday? Like, maybe that's what you do on a weekend. You say, listen, babe, I'm just not in the mood tonight. Like, I'm not feeling myself. Can we try again another day next week? I think if we can get her to do some weekday sex, it might just show her that weekday sex is acceptable and it's fine. Nothing bad happens when you have weekday sex. You could almost take on her role and, okay, it's Wednesday night. I'm going to light the candles. I'm going to run her a bath. I'm going to put some rose petals on the bed. Get her in the mood, in the zone, and almost then, like, she can't, obviously she can say no, we accept a no for an answer, but it might just put her in that mindset of, oh, okay, like, is this really, like, it's sex time, okay, if this wasn't planned, it's spontaneous, let's do it. Like, almost like do the lead up that maybe she normally likes to do. You say the candles, like all of that stuff. So maybe give her a taste of that on a weekday, or, just sit her down and say, listen, you're too fucking sexy. I can't only have sex once a week or just on the weekends. I'm going to have to do something about it during the week. So the options are, I have a wank, you can watch, you can not watch, or you can get involved. It's up to you. Now, I personally think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I personally think that most couples don't really ever have the sex sort of planned. It doesn't always have a day. I guess for a lot of people who work during the week, it will fall on weekends. But I do think most people, it is just spontaneous. It's as and when you're in the mood, in different surroundings. Have you had a really busy day at work? Have you had family over? Have you had friends over? Like, what's going on? It really does depend. So I think just take it easy. Don't expect her to completely shift straight away. Like, take it easy. Try and gradually build her up to it. And, make it clear to her, like, you're wanting this because of her. Like, she's turning you on so much. She's so sexy that you need something because of, like, how deeply you fancy her, like how much you crave her, right? It's like me, like, needing physical touch from Lucy. Like, I just need to hug her. And I'm so excited for her to come home from work tonight, because the 48 hours is gone. I'm literally going to leech onto her and never let her go again, provided she's not sick. But the thing is, if she was poorly, I would nurse her well. She's just a shit nurse. She's not. She's just scared of sick. But I'm sure did I have a cold one time? I can't remember what happened, but I'm definitely the nurse of the relationship. Lucy's like, she's not as good as me. Let's just say that. Sorry, babe, but it's true. But I do really think that this is solvable. I think we just need to warm her up to some weekday sex. Let us know how it goes, and please keep us updated. Right, guys, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of the Lesbian Lounge. Make sure to give us a 5-star review. You can subscribe, you can like and comment on YouTube. You can listen on Apple, Spotify, give us a review there, and make sure you turn on the little download button or the notification bell, whichever one it is, so that you never miss an episode and we flash up in your podcast app as a new episode each Thursday. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok at thelesbianlounge.podcast. The new Survey Monkey is here for the question of the week. So head to the link in the description. It will be my link tree. Click on that, scroll down, it will say the Lesbian Lounge question of the week. Come over and answer some questions for your chance to be featured on the Lesbian Lounge podcast. Everything's kept anonymous, don't worry. And whilst you're there, Why not send us a dilemma, a confession, a story, anything you want? Nothing's off limits, nothing's too juicy, nothing's not juicy enough. And again, everything's anonymous, so I won't know who it comes from. So you can bear all. You can let us know all the gross, all the intimate details, anything you want to get off your chest. You can tell it to me, and I can't wait to read them on the podcast. What else can you do? Join our WhatsApp chat, join our Instagram broadcast channel. Do all the things. Definitely leave a review. Text I'm a celebrity. No, maybe not. Text Strictly. Tell them I'm ready if they need me. Tell the ITV TV producers that I'm ready for my own documentary. Let's fucking do this, guys. Let's make the Lesbian Lounge. Let's put it everywhere, right? I love you guys so much. Have a great Thursday. And I'll speak to you all next Thursday for a brand new episode. Love you all so much. Bye.